Maybe you can see this. Okay. Square root method of solving quadratics. Okay, so it's the same as when you're trying to do just a regular equation. I have 2x squared equals 12. I want to get the x squared on one side by itself. So I divide away the 2. That leaves me with x squared equals 6. 2 into 12 goes 6 times. And then I'm going to do the opposite of squaring something, which is the square root of the thing. So I have the square root of, excuse me, x times x equals the square root of 6. I have 2 of the same thing under the square root sign. So it comes out x equals the square root of 6. Six x squared equals 18. I want to get the x squared by itself. So I'll divide by 6, both sides. I have x squared equals 3. I'm going to take the square root of both sides. So I have x equals the square root of 3. Four x squared minus 5 equals 0. I want to move the 5 over. I want to get the x squared by himself. So I have 4x squared equals 5. I will divide both sides by 4. So I have x squared equals 5 over 4. So I'm going to take the square root of both sides. Remember, I can write this as the square root of x times x, because that's what I really have here. I have 2 of the x's inside. Equals, I can split the square root. Square root of 5 over 4 is the same as the square root of 5 over the square root of 4. Okay. So now I have x outside of the radical sign equals the square root of 5 over the square root of 4, which is just 2. So it's 9x squared minus 4 equals 0. I will add 4 to both sides because I want to have the x squared by itself isolated. Vulnerable. I'm going to divide both sides by the 9. That leaves me with x squared equals 4 over 9. I'll take the square root of both sides. Remember, whatever I do to one side, I have to do the other side to make it equal. So I have x outside of the radical sign equals the square root of 4 over 9 which I can split those up and write x equals the square root of 4 over the square root of 9. And the square root of 4 is 2. The square root of 9 is 3. Happens to work out nicely. Doesn't always work out like that. So when you have x raised to a power other than 1, like it's a second degree equation, area of x squared, it's a second degree equation. It's not the regular linear, 2x equals 12. Then it's easier to use that method because you can unsquare it. Okay, so 6x squared plus 5 equals 17. I move the 5. Leaves me with 6x squared equals 12. 6x squared equals 12. Divide both sides by 6. And x squared equals 2. Now I'll take the square root of both sides. I have the square root of x squared, which is this, equals the square root of 2. It comes out to represent for both of them, equals square root of 2.